Hi, welcome back to Live at 9. I'm your host, Camden Morris. I'm with Jennifer Allen Davis, Mrs. Magnolia State. So first off, just tell us a little bit about how you got started in the Mrs. Magnolia State pageant.
Well, back in 1996, I did my very first Chris Shannon production, and in 1999, he started the Mrs. Mississippi Wife of the Year, which is now the Mrs. Magnolia State pageant, and I had the privilege of watching my mother be crowned the very first Mrs. Magnolia State. So it has been a dream of mine for over half of my life after watching her get crowned, and here I am today, your first legacy mother-daughter Mrs. Queen.
Oh my gosh, that's such a cool story. I love that. So did you only compete this past year, or how long have you kind of been competing in pageantry?
Over the past 26 years of the Magnolia State system, I have competed a total of 8 times, not consecutively,
okay,
but throughout the years. This was my second time in a row. And I was first runner-up to the beautiful Tracy Owens up in DeSoto County. And this year I got to come home with a crown.
Oh my gosh, so awesome. And I love the crown. Can we talk about them? Are they heavy?
They are very heavy. As a matter of fact, it's slightly sliding. But yes, it's rather heavy, but it's worth every stone.
Every stone. I love that. Okay, so talk about the areas of competition in a pageant for people who maybe don't know exactly what they are.
At the Mrs. Magnolia State pageant, we had interview competition, which is my personal favorite. And then we have the evening gown competition as well as the casual wear competition.
Okay, so interview's your personal favorite.
It is.
So talk a little bit about what you talk about in interview, your community service, or a platform that you have.
I do have a platform. It's called Safe Home, Safe Heart. I work in affordable housing, and I work with children who have dealt with PTSD and trauma in their childhood. I work with a social awareness initiative called Butterfly Kisses, where it's little words of positivity on a business card, and it comes with a little butterfly pin, and I leave them all over the area. You can find them in Madison, Pearl, Ridgeland, Brandon, wherever I might be, I might leave one. So be looking for those.
Yeah, I've got to go start hunting them. I love that. So little words of affirmations, little kindness.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, you're beautiful. Keep going.
Yes, I love that. Okay, so we have to talk about the superstition. Hands-on, for people who don't know at home, the hands on top for a pageant when you're holding hands means, it's supposed to mean that you're going to win the pageant. So I need to know, when you and your first runner-up were holding hands, were your hands on top, bottom, halfway, what were they?
Well, I made it a point to tell my first runner-up, okay, we're not doing the over-under thing, we're doing this. So we stood like this, so that we didn't have the superstition of the over-under.
Okay, so there you have it, guys. The superstition is not real, as we probably already know. It doesn't really matter, but in your head, in that moment, I'm sure it matters a great deal.
It is something you think about without realizing you're going to think about it until you're in that moment.
Yeah, well, you don't know if you're going to win yet. So, and just go ahead and talk a little bit about the Magnolia State organization and how many different divisions there are and age ranges that you can be to participate.
You can compete from baby all the way up to Mrs. We have the baby division that goes all the way to preteen, so 0 to 11 has a pageant that's held in September, and then the 12 and up is held in November. There's a junior, a teen, a Miss, and a Mrs. title in November.
Okay, and so where's the pageant held? How can people kind of get involved in the pageant if they're interested in competing?
It is held in Vicksburg, Mississippi, and you can register for your local preliminary at www.missmagnoliastate.com.
Awesome. Okay, so did you register for a preliminary before you went to state, or how does that all work?
I did. I actually entered the Miss South Central Mississippi Magnolia State preliminary, and I was your Mrs. South Central Mississippi when I won.
Okay, Mrs. South Central Mississippi.
Sorry, we're losing the crown a little bit.
It's okay. It's heavy. It's definitely heavy, but it's a beautiful crown, and it's definitely representing the Magnolia State, so we love that. And so when did you enter your preliminary and then going into state? Talk a little bit about that timeline, how you prepared. I'm sure it's a long process.
It is. This year in particular was a little bit more difficult for me because I was dealing with some personal issues that mentally were taking a toll, emotionally were taking a toll. I was competing as an angel wife, as I like to say. My husband passed, and I was competing as a widow, and I won my prelim in April, and I spent from April till November training, working hard, putting everything I had into it to make sure that I did it in honor of him.
Oh, I love that. Absolutely. No, I'm sure he's down watching right now, watching Live at 9, being so proud of you for all you're doing good in the community.
He was my biggest cheerleader, so I do everything for him.
Oh, I love that. Absolutely.